Being a resident advisor is a really interesting experience because there's so many stereotypes that are associated with the role of like being the mom of the hall and like knocking on doors and like checking that everyone's in bed by 9 p.m. There's so many things associated with that, and it makes me crack up when the students are like checking in, my residents are checking in at the beginning of the year and they're like, "Yes, ma'am," and when in reality I'm just like 3 years older than them. I started working with the Department of Residence Life at the end of my freshman year, and so I am a third-year resident advisor here at the White Creek Apartments. I've been here all 3 years, and it's been such a privilege and such an opportunity to work with kids that are coming in such a transitional area of their life, such a transitional stage, and to be able to be that resource, to be that like shoulder to cry on, but also to be that, hey, like, how are you? Just smiling at them in the hallway. Within the position of resident advisor, there is an exceedingly large amount of responsibility. If anything goes wrong, you're the first one on the scene. You're the one that's calling the appropriate like supervisors and on-campus resources and University Police Department. You're calling the fire department. You are the one that's like here in the now. At first, when I first got into the position, it was kind of overwhelming, like how am I supposed to remember all these things? But as you like grow in your role and grow in your position and you become confident in who you are, you truly just allow the knowledge that you have to take over, and like it's almost second nature. Being in the role can definitely be challenging. It's kind of a joke amongst my staff that every serious problem always gets directed to me, or it just happens to be on my duty night or anything, or it happens to be on my hall. And so in my time, I've had to deal with numerous incidents that have been like exceedingly serious where like lives were on the line. But in reality, like I've had students come to me like after an incident, like 3 months, 6 months, years later, and been like, I am so thankful for you because I don't know if I would be here if you didn't, like if you weren't in the role that you're in. And so it catches me off guard like every time to think that me and like this super minor role, when you like look at the grand scheme of Texas A&M, just to see like the impact and the influence you're able to make in the worst of times, but also in the best of times. Because there's been so many times where I've been just overwhelmed with how successful my residents have become in, you know, from the very beginning when they got here as freshmen, like crying their first night because they didn't know how to cook popcorn in the microwave, to just like becoming their own like individuals, becoming like successful men and women who are involved in their own organizations, who have found their like specific places here on campus. And it's super awesome to just think that like maybe, just maybe, I was a part of that journey. Hola, me llamo Bianca, and this is my Aggie story.